I mean, I'm not sitting here saying
I'm a supporter of the Palestinians. I'm used to it.
Yeah, I hope your beeper doesn't go off. The thing is
did
that
you just say I should die?
You should not.
No,
did you just say I should be killed?
No, I did not say that. No, I did not say that.
Hold on. Did your guest just say I should be killed?
I think you're being a little too generous to the Israelis here, and with the greatest respect, I think your questions reflect a little bit of a naivety about what Israel's doing.
Congressman, you just said a moment ago we have a history of killing thousands of innocent people.
Hello everyone, today I'm diving into the world of Mehdi Hasan. You might know him from his fiery debates with Richard Dawkins, even a Polish president. But to me, it is not his intelligence that captivates, it is how he exposes the world's foolishness.
But there are also people your government has killed. You accept that, right? You've killed children, or do you deny that?
No, I do not. I do not. First of all, you don't know how those people died, those children.
With all the attention Mehdi gets and how time have drastically changed, he is now in some pretty dangerous territory. So let's explore what puts Mehdi Hasan in dangerous zone these days. Mehdi Hasan was born in 1979 in Sweden to Indian Hyderabadi parents. Growing up in a Muslim Shia household, he often mentioned in his book how his sister was his constant support and argument partner. His parents provided the intellectual and moral foundation for everything he has achieved in life, both professionally and personally. Mehdi attended a private school at Merchant Taylors and later went on to Oxford, where he completed a degree in philosophy and politics and economics. It was during this time that he began challenging the far right on the topic, is Islam a religion of peace?
UKIP's on the rise, they'll take you, the BNP. They might have something to say about your views. Islam was born in Saudi Arabia. Islam was born in 610 AD. Saudi Arabia was born in 1932 AD. So you were only 1,322 years off. There would be no Renaissance, there would be no Reformation in Europe without the role played by Ibn Sina and Ibn Rushd and some of the great Muslim theologians, philosophers, scientists in bringing Greek text. This being our university, I will leave that to the imagination as to who is our and who is there. I studied here too.
Through his bold stance, Mehdi Hasan has already made enemies with the far right. But things escalated when he took on Rupert Murdoch and his significant influence on Western media. In 2012, Mehdi finally gained widespread recognition when Al Jazeera brought him on to host the show Head to Head.
Because you yourself have referred to the people your men were fighting in Iraq as barbarians who crawled out of the sewer.
People that think it's okay to drive a car bomb into the middle of a square, into the middle of a marketplace, absolutely that's barbaric.
These were the chanting barbarians American troops had been sent to liberate. You weren't sent to liberate terrorists. Sounds like you're talking about Iraqis.
Sir, look,
your words from your memory.
The decision of Iraq.
That the UK would, quote, still have a friendly agreement negotiated with the EU in the 2 years after we vote no. It's been 3. And frankly, you said on the economics, it'll be broadly the same. That's what you told people.
And the good news is it's going to be even better.
It's an incidental fact that Mao Zedong and Stalin happened to be atheists. They
incidental. It wasn't core to communism.
I think it was not core to communism, no.
So when Karl Marx was talking about religion being the opiate of the masses, that was just a throwaway line.
Mehdi made more powerful enemies when he started to challenge Israeli lobbyists in the US.
I don't know which Benny Morris I'm speaking to because you're saying they all wanted to share the land. And yet I have a book here that says on the most basic level, Jewish colonization meant expropriation and displacement. Zionist ideology and practice were necessarily and elementally expansionist. Zionism was a colonizing and expansionist ideology. That's Rachel's Victims by Benny Morris.
So this is the time Mehdi Hasan was employed by MSNBC, who cancelled the Mehdi Hasan show.
I agree with you. We shouldn't blindly believe anything Hamas says. But why should we believe what your government says either? Your military spokesman on Monday pointed to an Arabic document in the basement of a Gaza hospital and claimed it was a Guardian list on which every terrorist writes his name. But that was false. It was just a calendar with the days of the week on it.
But it wasn't just a changing direction. The real reason was that MSNBC received money from Israeli lobbies. But this move didn't shut him up, which makes him speak louder. So Mehdi Hasan opened his own company, ZTO, and with this, he went on a tour exposing Israeli treatment of Palestinians.
What threat did Razan al-Najjar
21-year-old volunteer paramedic who was shot while wearing a white uniform in the chest 100 meters away from the fence. What threat did she pose to Israeli snipers?
Why was she going into
You know why she was going?
zone.
Because you're killing her people and she's a paramedic. So you're starting from the premise that Israel is trying to defeat Hamas. I don't accept that premise. I don't believe that's what Israel is trying to do.
What do you think they're trying to do?
They wouldn't be doing it this way. I think they're trying to take back Gaza. I think they're trying to erase the resistance in Gaza. I think they're trying to get rid of the people from Gaza. I think this is their, they've mowed the lawn, as they put it in previous wars. I pointed out to you that the Israeli finance minister said this week he wanted the total annihilation of Gaza. Do you agree that's genocide?
No, listen, I definitely think some of the members of that cabinet have used rhetoric which I think borders on genocidal, no question. But it's not as blatant.
Borders. Why not just genocidal, Piers? Why borders? 5 days after October, you said, maybe they will finally put an end to this insoluble nightmare, raise Hamas to the ground, or clear all the Palestinians from that benighted strip. It could be a good time to do it. But you tell this audience, we can live in peace side by side. That's a war crime. Ethnic cleansing is a war crime. Clearing people. First, you're saying that if you haven't been beaten by the Israeli police, you're an equal member of society. And then when someone says they have been beaten by Israeli police, you say, where are the bruises?
No. War is hell. And this is nauseating. And we're trying
I worry
to get
about
back.
this line, war is hell, because can't Hamas say the same thing when you accuse them of war crime? They can say war is hell.
Yes.
Here's my problem with that. Why is that not applied to your Israeli guests? I would be fine, Piers, if you had Palestinian guests and you begin by asking them, do you condemn Hamas war crimes? Because what Hamas did on October 7th was a war crime. But then you should start with Israeli guests and pro-Israeli guests saying, do you condemn Israeli war crimes, which have been documented by the UN?
Mehdi Hasan became a thorn in the side of Israeli opposition, expertly outclassing anyone he debates on various topics. His relentless pursuit of truth continued until some of his opponents let slip what they were really thinking.
I mean, I'm not sitting here saying
I'm a supporter of the Palestinians, so I'm used to it.
Yeah, I hope your beeper doesn't go off. The thing is that
you just say I should die?
You should not.
No,
Did you just say I should be killed?
No, I did not say that. No, I did not say that.
Hold on.
Did your guest just say I should be killed?
One of the AI developers found this amusing. People started showing their real faces and hated towards Mehdi. One saying, I hope you people does go off. Wow. Another said Mehdi should move to Gaza. Another one replied, it might. While some Israelis laughed at comments about Mehdi Hasan's death threat, Mehdi has managed to anger far-right, multi-billion-dollar corporations, even entire countries.
Palestinian is not limited to Gaza. Palestinian is a syndrome. It's a mental illness. The next level is going to be massive assassinations in Tehran, and anyone who gets in the way. It doesn't matter where they are. Even if they are politicians in the West, they are going to fall.
Politicians in the West, if they get in the way, they're going to fall. Just remember that threat that he just issued.
And trust me, this is more real than anyone thinks. Today, Mehdi Hasan's profile is far more powerful than most politicians in the West. After receiving hundreds of death threats online, for me, it is safe to say Mehdi Hasan's life could be in real danger. Let me know what you think in the comments down below.